Yeah.
If you don't have an answer for these creatures, you are going to be very dead very quickly.
Yeah, and we talked to him, you know, a little bit about his draft, and he was feeling pretty good, pretty calm, you know, a really level-headed Tristan Wylde-LaRue yesterday for sure.
Well, let's get things underway. No. Let's not have 5 lands. I mean, Samite Herbalist sure can swing and scry, gain some life, but is that good enough, Corey?
I don't know. I think I see him scrolling over that keep button. We might be keeping it. Okay,
all right.
On the draw, I think I'm with you from these aggressive decks. You know, 5 is usually the too many, and you're like, all right, as long as I don't draw a land. Oh, wait. As long as I don't draw a land, my first one. Yeah. But it looks like we did see a mulligan here from Yudai.
It does have the Get-To amplifier as well as the Shore Up in hand, so the Samite Herbalist is going to have a bit of a tough time surviving, swinging into this lovely amplifier here.
I mean, we are in Vegas. There's a lot of clear skies, and that Sphinx of the Clear Skies is looking quite nice right now, Ailey.
Oh, yeah. That's certainly a bomb.
That is a bomb.
I would qualify that, yes. If you're ever getting into draft and you're like, what is a bomb? Look at that big old birdie.
That's my favorite card to draft. You know, that is definitely my #1 card that I want.
You just open them all the time?
No, absolutely. I never open them. I'm never lucky. But that is what I always want the most. I mean, Fact or Fiction, one of my favorite cards. So if you can ever get the full Fact or Fiction, that's exactly what I want to be doing.
For sure. Samite Herbalist is going to swing in here. Tristan Wylde-LaRue saying, yeah, I need to scry. I need to make sure I don't hit more lands than this currently. This Get-To amplifier is going to jump in the way. We'll see the trade. And unfortunate for Tristan, no follow-up here. Going to have to pause the turn back. And there is land number 5. So Yudai is on track to cast that Sphinx of Clear Skies.
Yeah, that's going to be the tough thing here, Ailey. Is it going to be, I think the biggest part of this game is really going to come down to, is Yudai going to slam it? Win, you know, this very next turn, or wait till we get land 6 for Shore Up.
Yeah.
You know, if the pressure is on, and I mean, right now, just one creature, the pressure isn't super on, but yeah, we'll see.
We're going for it.
Yeah.
Hold on to your butts. Sphinx of Clear Skies is on the battlefield. And there's a Destroy Evil in hand.
And I mean, look at this scenario right now. If Yudai decided to wait and draws land 6.
Oh, he just went kablooey.
Oh, no.
That's how big of a blowout that is for Yudai Miyano, sitting at a healthy 20. This game just started. Turn 5, dumps a Sphinx down and says, yep, no, I'm out. Cool.
I still got to say, that's a pretty aggressive scoop. I mean, if Yudai could have looked and noticed that Tristan Wylde-LaRue's hand was 5 lands after that, I don't think he would have scooped so fast.
Yeah, no.
You know? Like,
but you never expect that, right? You're like, oh, yeah, he kept a 7. He must be happy with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tristan Wylde-LaRue,
you know, Tristan was looking around like, okay, I'll take that one when I'm up 1-0.
Yeah, we take those. We take those because, yeah, I mean, if that big birdie stuck around, it's game over. I mean, Tristan would be like, okay, I can't kill that. Cool. Yeah. Well, you know, you'd expect to see the scoop from his side, but Destroy Evil, MVP.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, I mean, when it comes down to Sphinx of the Clear Skies in just a basically is-it strategy, it's not, you know, amazing. It's not a full Fact or Fiction, but it's split 2 different cards up, and you get to pick the better one. That's still incredible when you get to attack with a creature, but, you know, obviously much better in domain strategies.
Oh, for sure. And, I mean, just having a flyer, a 5/5 flyer for 5, that's pretty freaking good in Limited as is.
Absolutely, especially in this Limited format. Yeah. And like when you add on the Ward too, that makes it even trickier to interact with. That card is really, really phenomenal.
Ward is such a cool mechanic.
Agreed. It is such a good replacement to kind of like hexproof. When I can't target at all, that feels really bad to me. But when I have a little extra cost, I like that.
That's
I like that a lot.
I don't mind paying for it. It's cool. I don't want to kill your thing. I don't mind paying. Tristan Wylde-LaRue is ready to rock and roll up a game here in round number 2 of the World Championship. And he's going to hope for a similar game, I guess. Let's take a look at the opening hand. Oh, that was a sneep.
That was a sneep.
Snap keep for sure. And finds a Weatherlight completed off the top of the library. Would hope for land number 3, but has plenty to do. Being an aggressive deck, everything's pretty darn low to the ground. And there is land number 3, so looking good.
Yeah, that's really all Tristan needed was at least land number 3.
Yudai is having the same problem that Tristan had first game.
Exactly. And Splatter Goblin was one of the cards that we talked to Tristan about in the lounge a little bit earlier, and he's like, doesn't matter. If I'm not a green deck, I don't care. This card is still one of the premium uncommons, even in just these aggressive decks. And I mean, even think about Splatter Goblin if Tristan were to draw that last game when you have 6 lands in hand. You're like, yes, please. I now have 6 new cards to cash in a little bit later.
Sprouting Goblin, surely an excellent way to just filter through the library. You know, that's one of the important things for aggressive decks, is just to have a way to be able to find more cards. Look at the extra things in your library that you're trying to dig out there. So we're going to see where the light completes it now. It is unable to crew, so we won't see it doing anything at the moment. But as things die, oh, you know it's going to be very, very happy indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. A card that gets really scary as the game progresses, especially up against a deck with heavy removal.
Oh, Defiler of Instinct hanging out here. Just going to hang out and say, hey, Sprouting Goblin, would you like to attack? Because you can't.
Yeah, and I mean, with all the removal spell, I mean, we do have this Destroy Evil to deal with this Defiler immediately, which is going to be quite strong. And then just a solid hand outside of that. It's really going to be, is Tristan going to value casting another card, another big creature, one of these 4-drops, and risk Yudai having just a bunch of red cards to be able to deal with Tristan's board? Or just deal with it now and save your 4-drops for later? And that looks like Tristan's debate right now.
Yeah. I mean, this is tough because we can see there's only an Essence Scatter in Yudai's hand. So if Tristan goes for a creature now, he's going to be very happy about that.
Yep. And there is Tori as well. The Fury Rider, another really strong card.
Yeah, that's a toss-up here. Griffin Protector, because if the Griffin goes down first, it gets the buff from an extra creature coming in after the fact. But we're going to go for Tori, Davenant, Fury Rider, just to show up the board here a teeny tiny bit for Tristan.
Yeah, now Tristan is just crossing his fingers to be like, please don't have multiple spells to punish me for not dealing with Defiler right now. And it is a big risk, because if you have any kind of counter spell or something like that, and you get to keep that Defiler around, it's really tough to attack it. It's got great stats.
Scry 2/2 bottom. If you're Tristan, you're going to be so happy to see that.
Yes, exactly. Still 3 cards from Yudai as well. So Tristan, you know, has just got to expect, you know, it's a little scary here. But yeah, is checking out if we want to put that shore up away.
Swamp off the top here for Tristan. 2 mana open, as well as an island. So you know that there are shenanigans afoot in Yudai's hand, potentially. Essence Scatter. But would be happy, though, if the Griffin Protector is countered, because having Tori down on the battlefield is a boon here for him.
Quite strong, yeah, absolutely.
Griffin Protector on the stack. Is this good enough for Yudai to deal with? Says, yep, Essence Scatter is going to make that go bye-bye. And we could even see an attack here with the Amplifier.
Yeah, and there was the one Essence Scatter and the one Negate there, so Tristan just made a judgment call. Do I want to deal with, you know, run a creature into Essence Scatter or run a removal spell into Negate? Unfortunately, picked wrong. You know, if Tristan had the perfect information, would have probably slammed the removal spell on the Defiler. But wow, look at this. Yudai is just getting super aggressive. Yeah, I like it too.
Now, what does this say to Tristan, seeing this attack here with everything?
That my hand is bad. In the hand of Yudai. That's what I would be imagining. Or that you have just so much removal. Yeah. It's either really bad or really, really good that you're not afraid, you know?
Yeah, but I like this. We're not going to see a block here with Tori on the Get-To Amplifier because of the possibility of an instant speed spell. So Impulse, buffing that, so we keep the creature. Take a lot of damage there, but, you know, still not too shabby.
Yeah, absolutely. Trades that. All right, and triggers that Weather Light.
Oh, yeah.
Starts getting that going.
Let's get some counters on there.
Gotta love the Scry for that as well, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's a really interesting card because it is quite bad right away. You know, like it's quite bad right away, but I mean, it just becomes extremely powerful, you know, if the game goes long or if you're up against a deck that has a ton of removal spells, which if you're the Boros deck, you're probably the most afraid of a ton of removal spells. But
yeah, it's not something you want to draw late in the game. If it's on there early and able to, you know, see all the creatures die and get those scries in for you, like, you're golden.
Yeah, and there is a devastating top deck there from Tristan. Got the Shivan Devastator here to really pressure at some point, but I mean, there's just a lot of pressure on Yudai's side of the battlefield.
Yeah. Vigilance allowing this attack here of Tori Davenant. Does he expect the shore up?
Definitely feels like a shore up is being represented.
For sure. For sure.
But
we do have the lightning strike there to be able to deal with that in response. And now he's going to force the issue here. It's like, okay, do you have it? Because if you do, cool. But now the coast is clear, and we're able to clear off 2 creatures here on Yudai Miyano's side of the battlefield.
Interesting sequencing there. Like, if you expect shore up, you probably want to aim it at the lesser creature first. But we did try to deal with the Defiler first, but didn't matter since there wasn't one there. Now Tori's just going to take over this game.
Flowstone Kavu hits the board. And we have the Phyrexian Missionary in hand, as well as the ability to kick it if there are any creatures in the bin here that Tristan wants to get back. He has the option to do that or go for the Coalition Warbrute and just try and shove through some extra damage. And you mentioned the Shivan Devastator, but, you know, the higher X's, the better.
And I'm looking at Tristan's deck. There isn't even a swamp in the main deck. Tristan sided that in for this exact scenario up against another deck with a ton of removal, and it is going to very much pay off. It's going to be excellent here.
Alrighty, where are we going? A Phyrexian Missionary. It's going to hit the battlefield, and it's also an excellent card against more aggressive strategies in this format. You know, just the lifelink. It's not inconsequential. We're going to get this Sprouted Goblin back. Yeah,
just an excellent card in general. You know, we're even going to see this in the standard portion a little bit later. It's that good of a card. It's already solid to play on turn 2. You know, a good follow-up if you got a Rafine following behind it. And, of course, extremely strong and limited then.
So good. I love it when a limited format all-star just kind of makes its way into the constructed side of things, too.
Yes, absolutely.
So things looking exceptionally good here for Tristan Wylde-LaRue, as he's going to try and go for the good old 2-0 here up against Yudai Miyano, and I think it's Shivan Devastator time.
Yeah, Shivan Devastator. It's going to be tough to come back from this with Yudai only having a couple mountains in hand.
Yeah. So board presence aplenty for Tristan Wylde-LaRue. He's got Tori, he's got Phyrexian Missionary, and he's got a good old Devastator now too. He's just going to swing it over the top and start smacking Yudai Miyano, getting that life total down. Weatherlight completed is going to be so happy to see things die. But I don't even think Tristan's going to need it at this point. Yeah,
it doesn't look like it. Even that Sprouting Goblin, like, that card alone on this battle, like, if just the other 2 creatures weren't there, Sprouting Goblin was going to run away with that, you know?
And that's going to do it. Tristan Wylde-LaRue picking up the 2-0 convincingly.